Hi, my name is Deb Johnston, and welcome to Women Reinventing Midlife TV, where we aim to inspire women over 50 to thrive in a meaningful life that you deeply desire and deserve. And today, I'm going to be talking about how to achieve your goals by the end of the year and feel fabulous about it, because we do feel absolutely amazing when we've achieved something that we set out to do. Often at this time of the year, when we're so close to the end of the year, we're in October at the moment, we're so close to the end of the year, we can often feel like we're not as close to our target that we want to be. And because of that, there can be a natural tendency to put it off, because with only a few weeks left until the end of the year, or even if it's a few weeks left until the end of a particular time period, whether it's the financial year, whether it's the calendar year, whether it's a 90-day period, it can sometimes feel like no matter what we do, the time deadline is so close that we don't really have much chance of achieving it. So it can feel a lot easier to put it off. And it doesn't matter what the goal is around. It could be around savings. It could be around getting a new job. It could be getting a house or losing weight or improving your health. Whatever your goal is, it can sometimes feel easier when you're close to the deadline and you're not getting to where you want to be. It can sometimes feel easier to put it off and wait until next year and have a fresh start. Now, there are some situations where this is sometimes the best option, depending on what the goal is, but more often than not, it's just a tendency to put things off. Now, what I want to share is this, and it's so important, so important. When we decide to delay something, we are more inclined to continue delaying it. And this is because it's linked to the law of consistency, which is a psychological law, meaning if we've done something once, we're more inclined to do it again, because we're giving our unconscious mind a message that this is what we're doing. And because it's the law of consistency, it's very much linked to the human need of certainty, which is a fundamental need. So because of all this, we are much more inclined to put something off again if we've already put it off once. So because of this, you're actually going to help yourself gain more momentum next year when you work to achieving a goal this year, even if it's a smaller goal. So I want to give you an example of a simple example, really, of our veggie garden at home here. At the beginning of the year, when all the ideas are fresh and it's all exciting and you're thinking about what you want the year to look like, we decided to start a veggie garden because we moved into a new house last year. And we'd never actually done this before. And so February, I was buying all these beautiful vegetables off our local market where we buy local produce. A lot of it was organic. And I was harvesting all the seeds from the produce, drying the seeds out, striking the seeds and growing all these amazing seedlings. And my partner created all the garden beds down the side of the house. We planted the seedlings and we watched them wither and look like they were dying. Now, it would have been really easy at this stage. This stage, it was around about June. So it would have been very easy at that stage to give up, because we live in the tropics and according to our time frame, we're already well into the growing season. So it's easy for us to say, let's just put it off. But we didn't. We persisted with it. We stayed committed to it. And we are seeing extraordinary results in our vegetable garden right now. And that's because we stayed committed to the goal. Even though we adjusted the goal, we made it smaller, we made a few adjustments. We got better results by staying committed to the goal this year than thinking, oh, let's wait until the growing season next year. We're so much further ahead, and we've learned so much more. We've created far more momentum than if we'd waited until the growing season next year. So the more that we prepared to commit right now, the more we are going to see better results next year. So it's really about staying committed this year. And we know that our garden is going to be incredibly abundant next year because of the commitments we made this year. So we've got only a few weeks left until the end of the year. Make a decision to be one of those women who decide, I am going to achieve my goals this year. I'm going to actually achieve something. So have a look at the goals that you've set for the year, or have a think about what you want to achieve for this year. And I'm going to break it down into 3 steps. So number 1 is get clear on one goal, because think about the amount of time we have. And if we're focusing on lots of different goals at this stage, our momentum is going to be slow. It's going to be slow to get moving. So think about one goal that you're really passionate about, you really want to achieve, and decide on just one of them. Because where focus goes, energy flows. And if we're trying to focus on too many things at once, too many goals at once, then energy gets diluted and we feel like we're not making much progress in any of them. So decide on one goal, the most important goal for you to achieve for this year. And then number 2 is to write the goal down. When we write it down, and I mean with a pen and paper, I don't mean typing it into your computer. When we write it down with a pen and paper, so grab yourself a notebook, write your goal down. When we do that, we activate the part of our brain that's responsible for planning and action taking. So there's a whole process involved in this when we write the goal down. As you write your goal down, make sure that it is specific. So really think about what you're aiming for. Be very specific about it. Make it measurable. Make sure there's numbers or amounts in there. As you do that, be sure that it is realistic. When I say that, I mean, is it realistic in this time frame? Be very, very clear about the other responsibilities that you have in this period of time and everything else that you have to do, and think about, is it realistic for me to achieve that in this time frame? And if it isn't, then just adjust the goal slightly, change the measurement part of the goal slightly, bring the numbers down. One important thing that many people don't do is to write the goal in the present tense. So you're writing it as if it's happening right now. It becomes a present moment experience. And as it becomes a present moment experience for your subconscious mind, which is where all our patterns are, as it becomes a present moment for our subconscious mind, then we start to filter information differently, which means that you become aware of all these opportunities around you that you weren't aware of before. You might become aware of different steps that you could take to achieve this goal that you weren't aware of before. So it's important to write it as if it's happening right now in the present tense, and make sure you have a date around it and be very specific about the date. And as you've done that, then break that goal down into what you're going to achieve in the first month to make sure that you're on track to achieve that goal at the end of the year. They're very simple steps. As you break those goals down, again, it needs to be written down. Always make sure that you write these goals down, because as you do that, it just activates that part of the brain that gets you thinking about the actions you're going to take, and the planning that you need to do in order to achieve your goal. And then it's about taking the actions, because we can be focusing on what we want. We can be doing everything with writing goals, making plans, but if we don't take the action, we don't really get very much further forward. And in the second part of this video, I am recording a second part. In the second part of this video, I'm going to be talking about the kind of actions you need to take. And I'm even going to be talking about adjusting certain strategies that you already might have been using to achieve your goal. I'm going to be really talking into how to adjust strategies to make sure that you achieve your goals by the end of the year and feel fabulously successful in the process. If you found this video helpful, remember to give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends, because we can all benefit from this. And if you would like to see the next part of this video or any other videos like this one, then remember to subscribe to my channel by clicking the red button underneath and click for the bell for notifications so you don't miss out. Thank you for joining me. Lots of love to you, and I will connect with you soon. Bye-bye.